two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills.
Boxing legends break down why Gervonta Tank Davis will dominate Jake Paul in 3 rounds. Gareth A. Davis explains that during the press conference and face-off, Tank Davis remained silent, barely reacting to Jake Paul's taunts about his height. Davis observed that Tank seemed reluctant, almost as if he was being forced into this fight. However, once the bell rings, Davis believes Tank will explode with combinations to shut Jake down completely, leaving no room for Paul to land a significant punch. Tank's composure during the build-up may suggest a calm before the storm, a fighter who, despite the theatrics surrounding him, is primed to make a statement once the fight begins.
Hey, can't even see who it is. Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there is why Gervonta Davis fights don't go the distance.
Ryan Garcia doesn't hold back his frustration about the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis matchup. He calls it a complete insult to the sport, pointing out the obvious size and weight differences between the two. To him, this isn't a true boxing contest. It's more of a spectacle built to attract views rather than respect for the sport itself. Ryan believes that boxing is about skill, legacy, and fair play, not social media stunts and viral moments. He argues that it's wrong to see a smaller fighter like Davis face off against a naturally bigger opponent like Jake Paul, especially when it's being marketed as a competitive match. Garcia warns that this fight sends the wrong message to young fighters, that hype and money can outweigh discipline and honor. For him, this isn't entertainment, it's a mockery of the sport he has dedicated his life to.
I was training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your and I'm gonna beat Jaden on Love it. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. You know, he laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him.
Sean Porter looks at this matchup through a veteran's eyes, seeing it as a reflection of where boxing is heading. He believes today's generation of fighters is more focused on quick paychecks than long-term greatness. In his view, Gervonta Davis is becoming part of the trend of fighters who chase the money rather than seeking legacy-building matchups. Porter explains that legends of the past were willing to risk their records to fight the best and cement their names in boxing history. Nowadays, he sees fighters prioritizing brand deals, social media fame, and short-term profits over challenging bouts, arguing that Davis's decision to fight Jake Paul instead of taking on meaningful challengers is an example of this shift in priorities. Porter believes Davis is one of the most talented fighters alive, but his decision to take part in this spectacle highlights the growing trend of money-driven matchups eroding the soul of boxing.
Do Wanui deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? I mean, he deserved to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Many analysts see the problem not only with the fighters, but with the audience itself. They argue that the modern fan base feeds the circus. Real technical fights between elite boxers often go unnoticed, while exhibition matches and influencer fights dominate headlines. Social media's short attention span is partly to blame, as it shifts the focus from substance towards drama. Analysts believe the Jake Paul phenomenon isn't solely his fault. It's the audience rewarding chaos over craft. When fans tune in only for trash talk and viral moments, serious fighters lose the incentive to take risks for respect. They also note that this trend has blurred the line between professional bouts and entertainment acts. Real champions fight for belts, influencers fight for clicks. As long as fans continue to buy these pay-per-views, the balance of power will remain in favor of spectacle, not sport.
You black, giving back. So I was working with, I got a fighter, one of the best fighters out there today, Gervonta Tank Davis. Right. I got it when he was young. I put him in a position. Now he's 3-time world champion.
Trainer Greg Hackett expressed frustration with the backlash Gervonta Davis has been receiving. He argued that today's critics often judge fighters without understanding their personal situations. Hackett emphasized that if Davis chooses to fight Jake Paul, his decision should be respected. He pointed out that no one outside the ring truly knows what motivates a fighter or the pressures they face behind the scenes. Hackett suggests that boxing fans need to stop dictating who a fighter should face and instead appreciate the work and discipline required to remain at the top level. His frustrations echo a broader sentiment among trainers and athletes who feel that social media has turned boxing criticism into an entertainment spectacle, where opinions are formed without considering the full picture.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. You don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
You next in line. Just so you next in line.
Is there like a
And last question, guys.
Is there like a love-hate for Floyd? Like, you love the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi has consistently voiced strong opinions about the evolving landscape of boxing, and his criticism of Davis's next exhibition match against Jake Paul is no exception. Malignaggi argued that such matchups undermine the sport's authenticity, stating that knockouts lose their meaning when they occur between mismatched opponents. He believes these kinds of events mislead casual fans into thinking they're watching legitimate contests, diluting the essence of professional boxing. Malignaggi highlighted that while these bouts may entertain casual viewers, they create confusion about what real boxing represents, with a growing divide between entertainment and tradition within the sport.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're gonna know in the least amount of fights. I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
the greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Just a guy with a job. I have a job though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point. Why are you coming back?
I can make $200 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. I'm in a whole new era. Dominating
That's right.
fighters.
And he's a whole new fighter, Floyd.
A whole new fighter.
Oh yeah.
And when I beat him, what they gonna say? Oh well, we knew this was gonna happen. Floyd Mayweather was a bigger fighter, or he could outbox him, or this.
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult offered a more optimistic take on the upcoming exhibition match between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul. Initially skeptical about Davis's size disadvantage, Showbiz's perspective shifted after observing Tank's composure and focus during the press conference. He noted that Davis carried himself like a seasoned professional, understanding the magnitude of the event and displaying confidence. Showbiz suggested that this fight could surprise those who assumed Jake Paul's power would be too much for a smaller opponent, highlighting Davis's technical mastery, speed, and ring intelligence as factors that could ultimately dictate the outcome.
I commend Tank on saying, hey, this is my career, you had yours. I respect you from buying me a chain, buying me this, buying me that, take me on a jet. All that's great, but at the end of the day, I'm only going by his interview. You seen it and I seen it. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for all the things you gave me. If the intentions was you just looking out for me. But I got an opportunity to fight this big fight. And this soap opera between you and Oscar for all these years, I'm not gonna let it affect me. That's my interpretation. And Tank wants to do the fight, but he had to break away from the chains of somebody he still respects and respected then. And he said, man, I gotta do what I gotta do. This is my...
Eddie Hearn has been vocal about Gervonta Davis's decision to face Jake Paul instead of pursuing a rematch with Lamont Rauch or a unification bout with Shakur Stevenson. Eddie Hearn believes Davis opted for the more financially rewarding and less risky fight with Jake Paul, estimating a $30 to $40 million payday for the exhibition compared to a significantly smaller purse for the rematch. He argues that if Davis were genuinely interested in challenging himself, he would have chosen to face Stevenson, whose precision, patience, and boxing IQ Eddie Hearn believes would give him the edge in a showdown with Davis.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentor is for, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way and not get you hurt, not have to take no risks, not to take many chances. Everybody had their own mentors, their own pound for pounds, their own people they want to be like. If he want to be like that guy that y'all say is great and was one of the best ever, why can't he do it? If he make 50 to 100 million fighting Jake Paul, they'll be cool with it because they cool with you making money. That's what the fan bases are on now. They happy with you just making money being good. Back in our day, they won't be cool with that. You had to prove you was the best. They thought you fought because you wanted to be the best of the division or the best of your era. I want to be the best in my division. As a matter of fact, I want to be the best around my division. Not just in my division, even around my division, I want to be the best. Today's fighters, they have been taught that that's not going to do it nowadays. Nowadays, go for the bag. So everybody is going for the bag.
Former world champion Timothy Bradley expressed confidence in Gervonta Davis, calling his fight against Jake Paul an easy money opportunity. Bradley highlighted Davis's superior experience and skill, noting that Jake Paul has faced only a few professional opponents in comparison. He believes Tank's speed, defense, and timing will quickly expose Paul's weaknesses. The only real risk, according to Bradley, is for Davis to underestimate Jake Paul. His take reflects a broader trend in boxing where traditional athletic excellence is now being tested by modern celebrity influence, as seen with the Davis-Paul matchup.
Number 3, the retirement.
I mean, the backlash is just what people do nowadays. That's just, you give somebody a keyboard, you give them a phone, and they able to hide their face. Yeah, they're gonna have a field day. The backlash I get, I understand. What'd you say, number 2, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean? That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups. You know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. And then number 3, you said what? You said
retirement.
The retirement. Oh, boxing. Boxing. They're around. They're around. There's always gloves around. It's on you. It's on you. I'm chilling. You all right? Yeah, get with me. I know. How you feel? Dark skin boy. That's my man. The retirement is like he done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot. This whole experience is a lot. The shit these fighters go through is hard to explain. It's hard to explain because people, they can't see it, so they can't understand it. But it's stressful to the fighters because they coming from just getting ready to fight in the amateurs, being prepared, going out there, win, get it done, celebrate. All right, we back to the next camp. To now, marketing. You're talking about marketing. You're talking about lawyers. You're talking about all this shit that you just never imagined. You're like, why do I have to deal with all of this?
That wraps up today's. Don't forget to like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more coverage of the biggest stories in boxing. Until next time.